Hello, pre-algebra faithful. Welcome back. Today we are on to lesson 6 of unit 5. We are doing inequalities. We are finished with our equations portions of this unit. And now we're going to get on to the inequations, or more commonly called inequalities portions. So we're going to get into some basics about what inequalities are. We're going to talk about how to translate them, write them from words. We're going to talk about how to graph them, all sorts of good stuff. Okay? So first off, we're going to write them. All right, so in any inequality, you need some basic things, 3 things. You need a variable. You need an inequality itself. You need a number. All right, so here are your 4 inequalities. There are actually more than this, but these are the 4 we're going to deal with. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These are kind of hybrid. This is the word of the year. These are hybrid symbols because they have an equal to and an inequality in them. Okay, so they're blended together. So this means that the answer can be that number or less, that number or greater. Okay, so this says that the number of water slides is greater than 200. It cannot be 200. It has to be 201 or more. Okay, so when we write them, Amelia sold more than 40 magazines. So I like to use the variable that goes with the word. Amelia sold more than 40 magazines. Okay, they're pretty easy to write once you understand what you're talking about. So here we go. Gino sent less than 35 texts yesterday. Less than 35. You could have put T for texts, right? Kind of put like a fancy T, or you could do like a cursive T if you want to go. It looks like an A actually. If you do that. The key with writing inequalities, I always recommend putting the variable first. You can put the variable second. I don't recommend it, especially when we go to graphing, and you'll find out later why. Okay, because everything reverses if you put the variable second. But easier said than done. Here are some words you can get to later as to what, and you can always come back to this while we're practicing. What words mean these things? Is less than, is fewer than, less than. Greater than, is more than, exceeds. And there are more words that mean these symbols, but these are just a few. Is less than or equal to, is no more than, is at most. Now these you might not think mean less than or equal to, but it's no more than, at most, right? This number, no more than, at most, this amount, okay? At most you can hold 2,000 pounds in this elevator before the cables snap, okay? So that means less than that amount or equal to. Is greater than or equal to, is no less than, these are opposites. Is at least is the opposite of as at most. Okay, so you'll find a lot of opposites happen with inequalities. So a student must have at least 10 hours of instructor-assisted driving time to pass the course. Write an inequality to describe the situation. So the student, or we could put hours, must be at least 10 hours. All right. Boom, easy as that. You could have either of those variables. You could have X. You could write X every time if you like, if you love X. The next portion is testing if an inequality is true. So what you have to do when you test an inequality is you plug in, just like we do with equations, you plug in a possible solution into the inequality and see if it remains true. So 6, here's our possible solution. We're going to plug it in right here. If I put a 6 in there, I get 9.9. Is that less than or equal to 12? Yes. And that's true. It's less than 12. That's fine. All right. Here's our possible solution. 4/3. Plug it in here. 4/3 minus 1/3 is 3/3. Is 3/3 less than 1? No. It is equal to 1. Now, if it had this symbol, that would be okay. But it doesn't. It has a less than symbol. So it's not true. So this is no. This is yes. That's a check. That's an X. Next up, graphing. How do you graph these things? All right. If it is greater than or less than, it's open. Okay. It does not include the number as exhibited here by this lovely circle right here. Bam. Circle. If it's equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, it includes it. Now, most of your life you've been graphing dots on number lines, right? Because they're equal to this, equal to that. So these are equal tos. These are not equal tos. So they start at that point and then go right or left. All right, we're going to continue this in the next portion of my video.